how's it going? In today's video, we are going to be talking about my befores and afters. Before I went tiny and after I went tiny. So there's going to be 10 befores and 10 afters. This video is basically showing you the perspective of how it can be if you do move in, what you might have to get rid of. Well, let's get started. Number one, we are going to start with my refrigerator. I feel it is one of the biggest changes that I have made in my tiny house journey. You can see right here, this was my old refrigerator in my old apartment, and every time I got pictures, it was packed. It was so packed. But as you can see here, my refrigerator now is a lot better. I minimized it so much, and what I did was I took them all off and I took the most important things to me and I put those on my refrigerator so that I could see those every day. With all of the rest of the pictures, I took pictures of them and uploaded them on my hard drive, and then now I can see them whenever I want, but I don't have those physical copies anymore that I have to either dust off or clean. Number two is my walls. In my old apartment, I used to have something on every single wall, almost on every single spot. And I'm even gonna take you to a picture of me in my old house when I was growing up. This was when I was in high school, of how obsessed I was to have things on my walls. As I grew and got older, I took all that stuff down, but I still didn't get out of the habit of needing and wanting more stuff on my walls. Here you could see a picture of me when I was in high school, and I had things on the ceiling. I mean, my whole entire ceiling was covered. My whole entire closet was a collage of pictures. Saved everything. When you have to stop and dust and clean all that stuff off, you no longer want to save it all. So when I said I'm going to move into my tiny house, I said I'm not going to be this way anymore. Now in my apartment, I had not much stuff. Like I had a lot of stuff. The stuff on my walls in my apartment didn't compare to when I was in high school, and now the stuff in my tiny house doesn't compare to the stuff in my apartment. I'm going to take you around my house to show you the minimal stuff that I have now, after you guys just saw all of the stuff in my apartment and my high school photos, because those are crazy. They're freaking crazy. Like, I think they're crazy. See, that's not much at all. My before and after of my walls, I feel, is a good accomplishment as well. Number three is my living area. I went from having a huge living room with two huge couches, a big table in the middle, a TV stand, another section over there, another table that I could put stuff on, and then all of a sudden I moved to, dun dun dun, this is my living area. I have one couch that has no table. It doesn't even have a comfortable cushion. It has no armrest. It has nothing. This is my living area. Yes, I am working on changing that, but the before and after of my living area from before I moved into a tiny house to now is a huge difference for me, and I'm kind of missing the comfortable sitting area of my house. Yeah, so my living area is one of the things that I am working on changing, because the before and the after, I loved the before, but I don't love the after. Even though it looks more minimal, I need something more. Once I have that other couch, maybe the living area will end up being a little more comfortable. People won't have to sit on the stairs or the steps or on the floor. There's people who sit on the floor when they come over here. Number four is my bedroom. I had what I felt was a huge bedroom before. Take a look here. It had two double closets in it, which held tons of clothes plus my office. It was bigger than any apartment room I had ever seen, with two full-size closets, just a lot. From before to now, in reality, there's not a lot of room in my bedroom anymore. You just kind of got to deal with it. If your bedroom was one of your most important places to stay, plan for that. If you're in your bedroom a lot or on your bed a lot, put it downstairs or do a reverse loft. If you have a lot of stuff that you keep in the drawers, plan for that too. So I had $2,400 of custom cabinets made in order for me to hold specific clothes. I planned for all of that. I had what I was going to put in each drawer so that I knew I didn't need 2 big full closets. I knew I didn't need as much space as they gave me in that apartment. Before and after, it's a huge difference. Speaking of my room, number 5, which I could only fit in my room in my old apartment, which I can basically really only fit it in my room now, was my altar. I don't know if many of you know, but I'm a solitary pagan. I have an altar where I keep all my little important things. My old apartment had just to be honest with you, a badass altar. I freaking loved my altar in my apartment. So I decided to keep my altar to a little side table, or, which I'm going to show you right here. As you guys can see, it's on my custom-made cabinet for my clothes. Number 6 would be my crystals. Oh my God, my crystals. So I am an absolute crystal freak, and I used to collect crystals. Now I'm talking big crystals, small crystals, tumbled crystals. And what I would used to do is I'd put the big crystals around my house to gain the energies from them or use them in my magic. But I would also have these little tumbled crystals, either raw or tumbled, and whenever somebody was ailing or in need of one of the energies of one of those crystals, I would give it to them. It was just something that I wanted to do, and then I decided, no, I'm not going to do that anymore, so I actually sold all of those crystals. But they used to sit in these big plastic bins that each one was categorized, and I had a name on each one of them. And then I also had about 400 big crystals all around my house as well. Maybe about 300, and the tumbled ones were maybe 100. From before to after, the before was 4 or 5, 100 crystals, but after, I decided to only keep about 100 crystals. So as you can see here, I only kept ones that I could keep on my wall or keep as decor that would stay out of the way. If there's any crystals that I have around my house that are just in the way, I end up wanting to sell those or put them in specific places. Number 7 would be my books. Oh my gosh. I had 400, 500 books. They were endless. Every time I went to a garage sale, an estate sale, every time I saw one on clearance, every time someone wanted to give me one. As you can see here, all my old books in my apartment, and then I'm going to show you all my new books. Living this lifestyle, I realized that even those 100 books inside my tiny house make it look cluttered. I have not read one of these books yet, and I've been in this house for a year and a half. From the before to the after, I can still make another dent and get rid of those books. So I think I'm going to do that, and I've actually started, and then just sell them and stuff, because bringing all these things into here just because you feel you're going to need them or want them. Number 8 would be my clothes. Because I had such a big room with 2 big closets, I took advantage of that and I bought a bunch of stuff. In my old apartment, as you can see here, I have the 2 big closets, and I just had tons and tons of clothes. When I moved into my tiny house, I decided to put everything up on the ceiling in my bedroom, but I decided to take those down when I got rid of my washer-dryer combo, and now my closet is where the washer-dryer combo used to be. The washer-dryer combo's gone. That little space is all I am designating for my closet. I do not want any more space for my closet, and that's just the way it's going to have to be, because I no longer have the room. Think about that when you guys are designing your houses, depending on how many clothes you guys want to bring and where you want to put it, because you're going to struggle if you had a lot of clothes or shoes or, something that you really, really love that you want to bring, and you don't create space for it in your tiny house. Number 9 would be my herbs. Being a pagan and having my herbal business, I used to have, again, 400 herbs, about 400 bottles of herbs. I had them all alphabetized. When I went tiny, I decided to sell all of them, except for the ones for my business. As you can see right here, all the pictures of my herbs and how I had them categorized. I even had them in this, you'd open these 2 drawers and there'd be all these herbs drying on plates. I had about 32 different herbs on my balcony, so that's exactly what I would take them in, bring them in, and put them on plates. and dry them in my room. Herbs before and after are a big difference because now I have basically zero. I have no little bottles. I do not do any magic with herbs anymore. Herbs that I used for my magic, I downsized big time. Number 10 would be collectibles. I don't think I have any more collectibles. So I kind of can't show you a before and after. Well, maybe I can. I can show you a before, all the collectibles I used to have, shot glasses, gargoyles, fairies, celestial stuff, crystals, herbs. I used to have all of these things, but now I don't even collect anything anymore. I completely got rid of them. So going from a before and collecting all these things and having an abundance of all of them to nothing, I am grateful for that because I don't have the room in my tiny house to bring all of this stuff in. Think about that too. If you're a collector of records, if you're a collector of books, if you're a collector of yarn or art stuff or anything, make sure you're putting room in your tiny house for that, because you're going to be disappointed when you get in your tiny house and realize that you didn't create room for your most important things. You're going to have to decide one or the other, keep your collectibles or get rid of them. I decided to get rid of them because I had so many before. And again, that's something else that was exhausting too. I am so glad that I'm living more of a minimalist lifestyle, so yay! So that was it, guys. Befores and afters. I think I made a huge difference before trying to go tiny. I am still trying to keep all of those things down. I think I'm doing a really good job, considering the befores and afters. One thing you have to watch is when you do make your house more minimal and you want it to look more minimal, a hoarder mindset will want to fill those spaces. So I'm having a hard time trying not to fill the spaces, and I'm actually trying to train myself not to do that anymore. I don't want to get to the before of all my stuff because I'm happy with my after. Yeah, if you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. It's a huge difference. Basically, or the sidewalk. So then, pull yourself together, Jen. Now, yeah. Excuse me. Actually, I just found out where I'm going to hang them.